Hello YouTube, and today I'm going to be doing a review, well actually about 6 reviews of a device used in the show Doctor Who, the sonic screwdriver. I have 6 of them before me, and yes, this is my collection. Don't judge me. Alright, now the first screwdriver we're going to start with is one of my personal favorites. It's called the Trans-Temporal. More or less about the screwdriver. This screwdriver never existed in the Doctor Who show or even in any of the audio series. And yes, they did make that. For those of you who don't know what they are, they're Doctor Who in audio books. So pretty much this screwdriver is broken down into 4 sections. An Elizabethan, a modern, a Victorian, and a future. It's, in my opinion, this part is just a bit dull. You know, it'd say, oh, it's modern day, it's white, you know, it's still a little bit boring. It does have a little bit of a steampunk feel to it, which makes it pretty awesome. Now, this screwdriver does have 8 features, 8 sounds at least, and 1 bonus sound, so I'm going to run through those really quickly. So. Alright, so that's pretty much all for this screwdriver. On to the next one. Alright, the next screwdriver I'm going to be presenting is more or less, I forget if it's called like the Mark, you know, the Mark IV, the Mark III, just kind of like Iron Man. Kind of ironic, right? So pretty much this sonic screwdriver was originally used by the 4th Doctor, played by Tom Baker. You know, had a little Rastafarian thing going on. Colorful scarf, for any of you who don't know which one I'm talking about. Yeah, pretty much this is a sonic screwdriver he had. The one that came before this was the one used by John Pertwee. The design was a little thinner. The neck piece that was right here is just a little thin piece of metal, and the top was not red, it was just like a little thin round stick of metal with, it had like yellow and, I think, yellow and black stripes running around it. Now this screwdriver I actually like because the 4th Doctor uses it and then it kind of disappears from the show for a while, and when it comes back in the 1996 TV movie starring Paul McGann as the 8th Doctor, it's used again, which I actually like. Now this screwdriver I'm actually taking to SuperCon with me because I'm cosplaying the 8th. It does have 2 basic sounds, so I'm going to run through those. And then the second one. So it's kind of like the first sound, but with a little bit more twang to it. Alright, overall, great screwdriver, love it. On to the next. Alright guys, now the next screwdriver I'm going to be reviewing is, I think, one of my personal all-time favorites, is the 9th and 10th Doctor sonic screwdriver. 9th played by Christopher Eccleston, 10 played by David Tennant. Alright, now after the 1996 TV movie, Doctor Who disappeared for about, I don't know, I think 10 years, 96, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it came back in like 2004, so I think like between 7 and 10 years the show was on hiatus. So when we first came back with Christopher Eccleston, he's fantastic. He had this screwdriver right here. It's pretty much, he can slide it up and down, you know, a little sonic-y going on. Pretty much he used it in almost every single episode. Now there has been speculation of the screwdriver not always looking like this, but based on the TV show, this is the only one I've ever seen the 9th Doctor use, because apparently it did look a lot like, it was like white in the middle, and then it was pretty much not as gray. So this one is a toy. So it does have an LED light at the end of it, so if you write secret messages, you can just shine it and then see it. It's actually pretty cool. You know, so after Chris left the show, David Tennant took it over, and he used it a lot more, such he can use it as a flashlight, he uses it to fix electrical equipment, you know, pretty much anything under the rainbow. He can disable electrical equipment, he can just pretty much anything you can imagine. Push the button, it's done. Now in addition to it just being a little LED, it has a removable end to it. So the package that it came in when I got it has two of these little knobs right here. And pretty much the black piece comes off. If I can slide it off. Well, I can't. So anything, I'm going to put it right back on like so. And it has a invisible ink cartridge as well as a regular pen, so you know you can be wherever you are, right? And it's like, oh, it's a sonic screwdriver. It's like, haha, yeah, it is. So pretty much love the screwdriver, very iconic to the Doctor Who series, and on to the next one. Alright, and the next screwdriver we will be covering will be the River Song sonic screwdriver. This screwdriver appeared in the episode Silence in the Library, which is where the Doctor actually first met River Song. But since River Song and the Doctor's timelines are going in opposite directions, River knows the Doctor, but the Doctor doesn't know River. So pretty much, in the future, the Doctor gives River Song his screwdriver. Yes, spoilers, if you don't want to watch it, if you don't want to know, turn your computer or phone, whatever you're watching that's on off right now. So pretty much, the Doctor in the future gives River Song this screwdriver. But when River meets the Doctor has no idea why. He's like, why would I give someone my screwdriver? So pretty much the features are a lot like the others, but this one has a pinky grip, you know, so you can pretty much hold it in the palm of one's pinky. You can go ahead and click the button. It's no longer on the side. The button is now on it's kind of catty corner to the top of it. So you just push the button, and it's Sonic's. Now, another awesome feature is that since River Song modified it and upgraded it, you can, there's a red setting, you know. A lot of people are like, oh, what's the red setting for? Not a lot of people still know. A lot of people think it's a lot more amplified, but this, that, and the other. Anyway, another really cool feature I actually just figured out not too long ago is, much like the Silence in the Library, you hold this button down, and you get a green light, much like the kind on the suits that River and the archaeologist team wore. You know, after a while, it'll go away, but while it's on, you cannot make this, you know, the sonic noise. It's actually pretty easy to assemble. It comes apart like that when you get it. Ooh, look at me dropping stuff. It comes pretty much like that, and then the end comes. You just slide it on, and you snap it in, and you're good to go. Overall, great screwdriver, historical, iconic, love it. On to the next one. Alright, now on to the next sonic screwdriver, or in this case, laser screwdriver. For any of you who don't know, this screwdriver was used by the Doctor's mortal enemy, or his worst enemy, the Master. Played by one of my favorite actors, John Simm. He's absolutely brilliant at it, and they could not have chosen a better master. So pretty much, it's a little bit different design from the sonic screwdriver. You push the button right here, and it pops up. You push the button once for the laser effect, and you hold on to the button for actually a couple seconds, and it gives the aging effect. Now, the laser effect, for those of you who know the show, was used when John Barrowman plays Captain Jack Harkness. He rushed the Master. The Master zapped him with the laser screwdriver, killing him dead. Now, the Master also uses the aging sound when he aged the Doctor 100 years, and then he used this little screwy piece right here. He twisted it a few times, and he aged the Doctor another 900 years, making him look like some little Schmeagol Gollum creature of some sort. While the head of the screwdriver is down, you cannot activate any of the sounds, but when it's popped up, you know, everything's fine. So pretty much, I love the laser screwdriver, saw it at the comic book store, had to get it. Love the design, love the colors, and pretty much, that's all she wrote, folks. On to the next one. Alright, now finally, the piece de résistance. That would be the 11th Doctor sonic screwdriver, first appeared in the episode The 11th Hour. The way the Doctor got this screwdriver is he pretty much was calling back the Atraxi back down to Earth in order to scold them for whatever they had done. As soon as he was using it, his old sonic screwdriver, he pretty much got destroyed in his hands and was left sonic screwdriverless, I guess you could say. So, you know, the TARDIS finished fixing itself, and he wound up with a new desktop theme, and out came this little beauty. Now, what's great about this, it's a little bit bigger than the 9th and 10th Doctor sonic screwdriver. The design's a little bit more brassy, it's a little bit bigger, big ear. Is big ear even a word? I don't know. It's a little bit bigger, a little bit bulkier. The design, it's got 4 main claws on the front. It's got a green sonic emitter. You push there's actually 2 buttons on the main grip. The first one activates the sounds. There are 2 sounds on here. The first sound is a lower register sound, and the other sound is a higher register sound. Depending on what activity the doctor's doing, he chooses to use either one of the sounds. Now the other button on here is a little bit bigger, and you push it, and it flicks out like that. See, it's another reason why I love the little claw hooks. It just looks a lot more badass and a lot more, threatening. Even though the sonic screwdriver can do everything except for maim, wound, or kill. So pretty much, he extends it like this. He can use it as a shield, so in case anything were to be shot or thrown at the doctor, such as EMP emission or a blast or anything, he can flick it out and totally protect himself and his companion for whatever attacks are oncoming. There's a secret compartment in the bottom. You flick it out, and there's the button. Now, there's an episode, Flesh and Stone, I believe, where the doctor holds it and he Sonic's River Song, So that's pretty much how he did it in the show, is there's a little button on the bottom, holds it, pushes. I was at the comic book store, just much like the other screwdrivers. I saw it, I was like, God, this show's awesome. Had to get it. This is my baby. Mwah. So if you're a fan of Doctor Who, I would suggest going out and getting any one of the screwdrivers, but I would highly recommend this one over all others. So pretty much Doctor Who forever, Whovians. Bye guys.